There is way too much of an idea that when you build a business, it's meant to be strenuous. It's meant to take all of this really hard work. You need to put your blood, sweat, and tears into it, right? It's supposed to take this really long time. And I just don't buy it. All of that are just belief systems. And if we create our realities, we can choose whether or not we decide to live by these belief systems. We can choose to build a business that feels really fun and feels really good and feels effortless and feels easy. It's just a part of who we are. What's up? What's going on? My name is Sabrina and welcome back to the channel. Here in the Better You space, we teach creatives, dreamers, and entrepreneurs how to train their minds to make their daydreams their real daily lives. If you're looking for a full transformation, feel free to check out our online signature program, Unleash Your Life, or one-on-one mentorship. The links are in the description below, and let's get into it. We create the results that we see in our lives. Point blank, period. The logical side to us might say, oh, but we've heard so many businesses fail within the first year and only a small percentage of businesses actually end up a sustainable profit. Sure. But let's look at what most people believe when they start up a business. Most likely, they're already being pushed against their own fears and their doubts and their worries about putting themselves out there, putting their ass on the line, sharing their ideas. So of course the thoughts float up into the mind of, oh, what if this doesn't work out? Or what if my wife leaves me if the business fails? Or I'm not seeing sales right away. I think I'm doing something wrong. Like, can we all agree that the majority of people who start their businesses, although very ambitious and maybe hopeful, they're also at the same time crossing their fingers and holding their breath, worrying that something bad might happen, and low-key really planning and expecting the worst? What kind of state of consciousness do you think this person is in? What kind of emotions, thoughts, beliefs do you think this person's internal state is going to reflect back to them? Our state of consciousness is what our entire life's experience is filtered through. So if your state of consciousness or your internal state is full of doubt and worry and fear, and you're low-key expecting the worst to happen, what do you think you are going to manifest? What do you think you're going to put your awareness on? Listening to all of the other coaches that are saying, oh yeah, you gotta, especially when you're starting out, right? You've got to put in all this work. You've got to do all these things. Not to say it isn't a learning curve, sure. But there's this huge underlying perception and belief that in order to start a business and work for yourself and do what you love, it's supposed to be this strenuous thing where you end up wanting to rip your hair out. These people, whether they are aware of it or not, who are reveling basically in their fears and their doubts and their worries, they're literally attracting so many negative circumstances. It might make them energetically come off as needy to their audience. They don't see themselves as a successful business owner yet. They're operating out of the identity of, oh, I just started a business and I really, really hope this works out. So the results that they're going to get back are going to be of the exact energetic vibration of, I just started a business and I really, really hope this works out. Hoping on an energetic level, when it comes from a place of plead and desperation, like, oh, I really hope it works out, right? You can tell that it just has the underlying message of, I low-key expect this to not work out. It repels success. It repels sales. It repels your ideal customers and clients. Even though they're hoping for success, they're low-key expecting tumbleweeds. So what do they see? Tumbleweeds. Now, this is the majority of people. We know that this is not a cold stone, hard truth because there are people who don't live this reality, right? A belief is only a belief if it's not true 100% of the time to 100% of the people. We know that there are people out here that start businesses and get it up right off the bat. And looking at them, you might think, okay, what do they have? They have this golden touch or something. And it's not that they picked the perfect product or they wrote out their messaging and copy in a really specific way that magnetized their ideal customers and clients to them. No, it was their internal state. It was their state of consciousness. It was their identity. Majority of people who are able to start and create successful businesses very quickly, they most likely do not have negative connotations about business. They might not even have any connotations about business. They just feel neutral. Therefore, there's no resistance, right? It feels so hard to so many people because there's this belief that we think it's hard, that we think it's going to take all this work, but it doesn't have to. Most of the people who are able to start up successful businesses right off the bat and it's easy for them, a lot of them are so passionate and excited about what they do that they're not even thinking about the business stuff. They're just like, I just wanted to share this with people and people wanted to buy it. It's that like high energetic vibration that so many people lose when they get lost in the sauce of the stress of the details of the business and what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, where you should be posting, what kinds of posts should you have on your platforms. It's like there's so many rules to how we should run our business, and so many people make it so much more complicated than it needs to be. It can be easy and it gets to be easy. I want you to start telling yourself, business can be easy. Business gets to be easy. This is what I love to do. And this gets to be something that gives me life force rather than stress me out. Other people who have been able to start up successful businesses right off the bat, they had parents or a close family friend who had a successful business. So therefore they had positive connotations about business. But you see the common trend. It's the internal state that makes a difference. It's not the type of business model. It's not what niche they decided to go with. Niche, however you guys say it. It's their expectations. It's their assumptions of how it will go. How do you expect and assume your next launch to go? How do you think others perceive you in relation to your business? How do you view yourself in relation to your business, right? These are the perceptions. When we change our perception of how we view ourselves and how we view even just changing the perception of how we think other people view us, it's such a minor internal shift that makes such a massive difference in the way that you show up and the results that you end up seeing and manifesting. And just think about it. The people who have the belief systems and the perceptions and the assumptions and the emotions around, business is hard. That's just how business is. And, gotta work on my business. And I had another thing go wrong in my business. When you have this energy, the minute you have a tech issue, you're like, of course, another tech issue. Business is so hard. There's all these different things to fix all the time. And I always have to be tied to it, versus the person who has the understanding that business is easy and business feels good and business is something that they're excited about. God forbid they have a tech issue. They're like, okay, let me go fix this really quick. Okay, 2 minutes later. Okay, cool. We're good. Let's keep going. You might even have like similar problems come up in your life, but the person who perceives their business to be hard, it's going to feel like this big deal. The person who perceives their business to be easy, they're like, this is no big deal, fixes it in 2 minutes. It's a completely different experience. It's completely different results, because the person who thinks it's hard is going to spend the next 3 hours and they're going to bitch and complain and moan and groan. And then it's going to mess up even more. And then they're going to spend another 2 hours on it. And then it's just going to be a whole thing. Like, do you see how important it is for us to prioritize our internal state before taking any action in our businesses? You have this business idea for a reason. Like, so many people, we don't get ideas if it's not going to serve other people, right? Like, the universe works in very harmonious ways. So when you get an idea about something, it's not only going to be fun for you and serve you and maybe bring you income and profit, but it's also going to help so many other people. And we're not only doing ourselves a disservice by having these really honestly shitty belief systems and negative connotations about how business should be, we're really doing a disservice to all of the people that we are meant to be helping and serving, just because we aren't prioritizing our own internal state. You will see plenty of people who work 12-hour days, and they will tell you that it's their elbow grease, right, that got them to see their success. If it is your belief that you will not see success until you put in all of this hard work, elbow grease, blood, sweat, and tears, then that is what will need to happen in order for you to create that for yourself. And that is what you will create. Like, you can do it that way. That is your rule for life. Our belief systems are like our rules that our subconscious mind operates from. So yes, you can create success in that way, but that is only one way to create success, to create the results that you want to see in your business. And unless you truly at a soul level are like, yes, I really, really see myself working 12-hour days because I just love what I do that much. And I just see myself in my highest vision working 12-hour days back to back to back. And it just fuels me right up. Unless that is you, I'm willing to bet that busting your ass is not on your highest path and it's not going to get you the most optimal results for you and the people that you're serving. There are many, many, many paths to get to your desire, like infinite number of paths. I want you to like, just imagine your desire is over here, right? Like let's just say it's like a 6-figure business. That's like what you really, really are manifesting right now and what your focus is on. And I want you to just see like a plentiful of different paths in front of you. Like there's so many different paths you could take to get to your desire. But you have one path that we would call like your highest path, meaning that it's the path of like highest vibration. It's of the most enjoyment, of the most love, most fun, most success and abundance, but also at the same time, it's on the path of least effort, of least resistance, right? We don't experience too much of this going on. So yes, you can definitely take the path to get to your desires where you turn down spending time with your friends and family and you turn down going to events and hanging out, and you can decide to not go to the gym and instead of cooking healthy meals, grab quick food so you can focus on your business, barely sleep so you can get more done. But when you tap into your most ideal vision for yourself, your like dreamiest life, right? Are you ignoring your health and your relationships and your passions and your hobbies? Are you ignoring so many other aspects of your life to focus on this one aspect of your life just because you think you have to? That doesn't have to be the way. And I really want this video to like get across, share this with your business friends. I want everybody to start developing, like how cool would it be if more and more people started to develop the belief that business was easy and business is fun and business is exciting and business is just a part of who you are. And it's just something that can come naturally to you. What is meant for you is meant to be fun and enjoyable and feel good. And the only reason why we may not be experiencing those high vibrational emotions is because there is a lower vibrational limiting belief, fear, worry, negative connotation or perception that is cast onto this thing. We want to clear out our internal state, get our internal state of consciousness aligned with what exact life we want to create for ourselves and move from there. How do you shift your state of consciousness? Start telling yourself a new story. You know what? I used to think business was hard because I saw from this person and this person that it was hard for them. But I'm beginning to realize that is only a belief system. I know that there are people that exist out here, and if you have examples, use them. I know that there are people that exist out here that have so much fun building their business and it's enjoyable for them and it comes easy to them. It just feels easy and they create success so easily and their audience loves them and their clients and their customers are obsessed with their services and products. Like if I see it's possible for them, I understand that it can be possible for me too. And so I am choosing this new belief system. I am choosing to see life through this way. I'm choosing to see life through this lens. And I'm choosing to see myself as someone who is successful, as someone who is an expert in what I do, or makes the best products in my industry. And anytime I feel like business is hard, I'm going to take a step back and remind myself that business can be easy and that I'm choosing ease. I'm choosing to think about my business and instead of feeling stressed, actually feel relieved because my business allows me to have leisure time. My business is so profitable that it allows me to spend more time with my friends and family, to spend more time on my hobbies, to spend more time on my health, right? Create a new story. Start seeing yourself differently. Start seeing your business differently. And this is how you start to change your state of consciousness. The last thing I want to say to this is that Most people who start their businesses and it feels really hard, you're fighting up against a lot of resistance. You're fighting up against a lot of those fears, worries, doubts, negative connotations, and perceptions, right? And it might feel hard to even take action on business, or you might feel procrastination, or you might feel like an avoidance of taking action. So I want to be clear that letting business feel easy and spending less time on your business, I want to make sure that you aren't making this as an excuse to not actually do the work you need to on your business. You still need to do work on your business, right? So if your bigger vision in your business is to have a YouTube channel, you're going to need to sit down and write out what videos you want to post and record the videos, and you still need to take action. My point with this video is that it doesn't need to feel hard, doesn't need to feel strenuous. You don't need to bust your ass for it. If you are feeling that resistance and procrastination and avoidance of taking action, please do watch the From Inaction to Action playlist. I made some videos talking about why this is, and I went deeper onto how you can overcome that. So please watch that playlist if it's helpful, so that you can move through that and create the business and life that you want to. If you made it to this point of the video, go ahead and put a flame emoji in the comment section below so I know who made it to this point. If this was helpful for you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified every time I post a new one, and I'll see you in the next video.